Hello again everyone, Age of June here, and we are back casting another League of Legends game. As you can see here, mostly diamonds from last season. Go back to the beginning, well, as much of the beginning as I can see. 2 minutes in, not too bad. Alright, so today we have, obviously the two teams. You got Kha'Zix top versus Irelia. There is a Victor, which I don't think I've cast a Victor game today, or at all, ever. So, I'm kind of excited to see him. One of my friends plays him, and he's pretty nice, but he's pretty underutilized. I don't see him very much. So it's kind of cool to see a game that he's actually in. And he's going to be fighting versus Kha'Zix. And then we've got Jarvan jungle versus Skarner. And then bot lane we have Tarek Ezreal versus Misfortune and Sona. That was already a gank here, and of course I missed it. Let's go back a little bit farther. Okay. So there's the Jarvan, comes in, and yeah, it's just a normal gank. Did use a couple flashes there. There's a flash from Kha'Zix, there's a flash from Jarvan, and of course the Victor flash and ignite. So I guess he actually ignited Kha'Zix before going in. I think he was going in fully and then found that. So Skarner's actually coming in to counter jungle, which is going to be very interesting because he's right here. So there we go. Going in on the Jarvan. Jarvan's probably going to get over that wall. Yes, he does. And Skarner's going to go ahead and take off because Kha'Zix is coming in. He knows it. Oop, now he sees him. So he's going to go in and start doing a little bit of damage to Kha'Zix. And Jarvan comes back in. Now Skarner's kind of in a bit of trouble because he's pretty low and he's dead. Oh, he does flash. He might actually make this. He does end up making it. And Victor was actually there to help if he had gotten a little bit lower. In the meantime, Irelia is going up top. She's kind of hurting Kha'Zix quite a bit. I enjoy seeing his games. I haven't seen very many of him either. I think I've cast one of him. So down bot, you know, just the normal farming thing. Bot lane's usually not all that exciting right at the very beginning. It can get exciting with Tarek, especially because he's a fairly aggressive support. So at times, I've had bot lanes go very wonderfully exciting. But this one seems to be one of the more passive farm fests, especially with Misfortune. I've noticed that she tends to punish aggression because she hits pretty hard with whatever that ability is. I think it's her impure shots here. It's the bouncing one. Yes. Actually, no, it's not. Double up, that's the one. Double up really hurts sometimes. And you see that? Tarek just went way below half just from that. So Victor actually went back. Didn't notice why, but he did. So Kha'Zix currently has free farm up here. Victor is, what is he, level 3. So Kha'Zix does have a level on him. Kha'Zix made Irelia go back, or Irelia just chose to go back. I'm not sure which, but he's getting free farm as well. Skarner's going back into his jungle. He doesn't have blue, which really hurts Skarner. Skarner's very blue dependent early game, so his jungle is going to be a whole lot lower now. But yeah, he does have the Hunter's Machete, which is a pretty cool little item. Looks like he's going to think about going in on the Kha'Zix here. Kha'Zix does not have it warded, so Kha'Zix doesn't know. So now they're going in. Kha'Zix uses his run to get out. There's a slow, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Kha'Zix is going to escape with no problem at all. So up top here we have Irelia and Kha'Zix just kind of still playing around. If you notice that Kha'Zix here is actually able to keep Irelia off of her minions at the moment. So apparently he has her slightly scared. And there's a ping back on Jarvan saying fall back because these guys have been pushing like crazy. They've been keeping it under the tower, so it's harder to CS for Ezreal, but it also means that any ganks are not actually going to be able to work. So there's the ping from Jarvan on Victor. Because he wasn't able to do anything down here, he's probably going to go up there and try to gank there. There we go. He's going to go ahead and steal the jungle. Just the one Wraith. Very evil of him, but a good idea. So Victor's up here. He doesn't know that Jarvan's here. So he can get caught out in the same position as he was last time. There goes Jarvan in. Ah! There's the ulti from Kha'Zix, but it was not quite perfectly aimed, so it ended up punting him into this wall instead of out like he wanted. Had he hit it slightly more forward, Victor probably would have gone out, and they probably would have killed him. Good attempt, but no success. Alright, so up top, still just farming. No real action up here that I've seen. Bot lane, they're still pushing. Skarner's going through his jungle. Gragas is coming back out now. Victor's going back already. Victor just bought another Doran's Ring, and he's got his Hex Core upgrade already. Gragas has a Chalice of Harmony. It's a good item on his. He's very mana dependent as well. And he's got the Philosopher's Stone, again, I guess, to help him with his mana. As well as the Gold per 5. The Gold per 5 is always nice. So, Aurelia has Kha'Zix pretty low, but it looks like she's not going to go in on him, which is really good, because Jarvan's here. Looks like she's thinking about it, though. She is going in. Now Jarvan comes out. There's the gank, and she's going to go down fast. Goodbye. Nice gank by the Jarvan. That was the lovely little lane gank. She didn't know he was there because he didn't come in this way. He came in through here. Always a good move to lane gank, if you can. Again, that's something I do not really do as well as I should. There's a ping on the blue team's blue, by blue. I'm not sure why. I don't know if Skarner's just saying, hey, protect this for me, or what. But, some reason there was a ping. I don't think anybody died down here. No, blue team still has 0 kills, so. They did end up pushing Misfortune and Sona back, though. There was a Skarner attempted a gank. It didn't actually happen. So, there's a war. Tarek's kiting around that little minion here. Minion says, I'm gonna kill you. So, the enemy team knows, or the purple team knows, that yes, there is a ward here. They saw it because of that minion. It's always really annoying as the support when the minions just keep following you, and they won't leave you alone. Alright, so Victor's getting his farm on here. They are equally leveled now. Let's see. Experience-wise, yes, actually, they're pretty much exactly even. Jarvan thought about coming in for another gank, but this is warded. And it looks like Jarvan's going to go ahead and give blue... no, he's not. But he did get picked up by the ward. So Ezreal and Tarek know he's here. Ezreal kind of stuck around standing too long. So he really should have fallen back as soon as he saw him there. There were multiple pings to say fall back, but he didn't. So he ended up getting caught by the Sona ult. And then Jarvan and Misfortune were just able to take him down. Jarvan tried to take down the Tarek there, but Tarek did have flash. Skarner, it looks like, is going in, thinking about stealing the blue buff here. We'll see if it actually happens. He's going through. He does not end up getting it, but Skarner is coming in, so he's going to do at least a little bit of damage to this guy. Got the slow on him. Victor's coming in to help. There they go. They do get the flash out of Jarvan, which is something at least. It'd be nice to have been able to kill him, as they're now 1-3. But, hey, they did get a flash, so that's always cool. There's the stun on Sona, and the Ezreal ulti. She's going to go down fast. She does go down. Now Misfortune's trying to take down the Ezreal. Tarek is trying to stop that. Ezreal's running this way to try to escape. She does end up taking him down, though. So, I'm not sure that was really worth it. You killed the support for the death of the AD carry, which means the AD carry is not going to be able to farm, and, I don't know. It is kind of nice to get the gold for the AD carry, but at the same time, now he's missing out on a lot of farms. She's not. She's going to be over-leveled, and, yeah. I think, in this case, it probably wasn't quite worth it. Who knows, though? Maybe that will end up turning the game around right there. There's the ping on blue buff. It looks like Skarner's going to go ahead and give it to Victor. Victor's coming to get it now. Always nice of Skarner to do that, given he is mana dependent. There we go. There's the blue buff to Victor. Gragas does not have blue buff, so Gragas is actually at a disadvantage here. Jarvan took his blue buff and did not give it to poor Mr. Gragas. It's an interesting skin, by the way. I kind of like it. Alright, so it looks like Jarvan is yet again coming up for a lane gank against Aurelia. He is coming in. He's revealed now. He's going to go and turret dive, but she's at the tower, and looks like that was a failed gank. She does get a stun in on Kha'Zix, though. Punish him a little. Looks like Skarner now is having Gragas in the jungle. Gragas is probably going to escape over that. Yes, he does, with no problem. Sona was coming to help, but it wasn't really necessary, and he's going to escape with no problem. That little jump over the wall thing is pretty nice for him. Jarvan and Kha'Zix are all mid, so they're going in on on Victor, but Victor was at his tower, so he had no problem there, and Kha'Zix actually just used his ult for that. Now he just warded Aurelia, and she knows it, so she knows that she's seen. So she's going to go ahead and fall back up top. Kha'Zix is going to go back up top, and looks like Taric actually pink warded here, so he got rid of the purple team's ward. So they don't know anything of what's happening around Dragon or through the river. Looks like there's another ping on Victor. They really want to kill him, but it's warded, so he knows, and now he just let him know, hey, you're warded. Go away. Leave me alone. Gragas was actually coming around to punt him, I think, using his ulti. But now that they know he's there, Jarvan's just going to go ahead and leave and let it be. Now this Jarvan just got picked up by this blue ward, so the blue team knows there's the ping back for Ezreal and Taric. Jarvan's coming in though. He does end up getting the Taric, but Taric is pretty tanky. There's the Ezreal ulti. Taric is going to go down. Actually, Ezreal went down as well. Sona got the kill on Ezreal. That's kind of funny. I think I know that name. I think he's a streamer too, but I'm not completely sure. I think he streams on Twitch. Alright, so purple team's going to go ahead and get the dragon, while blue team is dead. There's not really much the blue bot team, by the way. Blue team bot is dead. There's not really much they could do about it. Skarner might be able to flash over and steal it, but I don't think he's going to. Victor's coming to try to help, but I think it's going to just go safely to the purple team with no problem. Yep, there it is. Alright, so the blue team's going to go ahead and fall back. Purple team got the dragon. Not much they could do about it. Kha'Zix is coming down. He's picked up by the ward, though, so he's going to go ahead and fall back up top again. He was coming down to help if need be, but wasn't quite necessary. And he just missed out on a bit of XP there because of it. But he's still ahead of her. So honestly, I don't think he was worried about it. Wow. That's pretty convenient. Just took out the entire wave just from that one ability. Void Spike. Nice. Wow. Didn't realize he did that much damage with that. It's pretty impressive. Alright, looks like both Gragas and Victor were going back. Victor decided not to, though. But Gragas did go back. Aurelia's going in on Kha'Zix up here. Kha'Zix used his ult to try to escape. He jumped over her. He's probably going to go ahead and escape, actually. She does get him really low, but, actually, he just used his ult again. So, I don't know if he's thinking about going in on her, but that was really stupid, because now he's probably dead. Yeah. I'm not sure why he stuck around with being so low on health. He wasn't stealthed anymore. He really should have just gone back, because he was so low on health that she was able to just take him down. He did get a flash out of her, which is good, because now she won't have that to escape from Jarvan. But I'm not sure it was really worth it for dying for a flash. Oh, there's a shutdown. Let's go look at that. There it is. I still don't know what he was doing there. Anyway, let's go down bot. Skarner is coming in. I guess he does a lane gank here. This is pink warded, so they know that the purple team does not... Oh, actually, they see that ward. Taric's going to go ahead and get rid of it, though. So the purple team does not know that Skarner came in this bush. There's the Taric stun. Now Skarner comes in. He's probably going to grab... Yes, there's the grab on Misfortune. Misfortune is dead. Taric barely escaped with his life by flashing into the bush. Good move by Taric. Sona also barely escaped, but does she continue to escape? No, she does not. She does go down to the Ezreal. There's Gragas coming in to help. Ezreal's trying to go back. Let's see if Gragas is actually able to do anything to him. There's the ulti, and Ezreal is ignited, so he's going to go down. Bye, Ezreal. But that's really not too bad, because that is 2 for 1. So all in all, that ended up coming out ahead for the blue team. Taric's going to go ahead and go back. I can't say I blame him. It's his name, Don't Give Me STDs. Yes. Don't give me STDs. Very interesting. Alright, so don't give me STDs just went back. Alright, there's the ping on blue buff. I think that was probably Jarvan's telling Gragas, hey, go ahead and get it. I don't need it anymore. You can have it. Gragas can handle blue buff by himself at this level, so... He gets the blue buff this time. And there's Skarner saying, hey Victor, come on, Let's go get you blue buff as well, which is always good. So both mids are now going to have the blue buff. Neither one's going to be at a disadvantage from that. That run through the wall is very convenient. Kind of like Ezreal's flash over the walls. Yes. Ooh, Kha'Zix is actually coming down to contest this. He doesn't end up getting it. How close was it? Let's see. Alright. Might have gone a little bit too far. Alright, so here they come for it. Yep, there we go. Okay, they go in on it. Skarner's being nice and tanking it. It's stunned though. So there's that. Kha'Zix is coming in. There we go. Had he W'd, he actually might have taken it. Had he W'd slightly before then, but he didn't. So it ended up going to Victor. Which is great for Victor. Victor is actually now ahead of Gragas in levels. I don't know exactly when that happened, but he actually is. Let's look at the CS-wise. He's way ahead in CS as well. Tarek's coming in for the gank. Jarvan's also coming in for the gank. There's the ulti from Victor. He's going to go ahead and ulti him. Yeah, they take down Jarvan. And that stun from Tarek was pretty good, followed by the stun from Victor and Victor's ulti. That ulti's pretty nasty. So they just got a kill out of that. And he now has double buff. He does not have their blue, but he does have the red. And now Kha'Zix is coming down. Victor's actually amusingly going to farm the jungle. No, he's going to go bot. So Gragas saw him and ultied, but hey, Victor flashed. He's fine. They're still coming in on him. They apparently really want to kill him, but that's really not going to happen. But these guys are massively overextended. They are going to get... Oh, they didn't get Sona. And now here come Victor and Kha'Zix. Let's see. Do they escape? Ezreal's trying to escape. He does flash out. He's probably going to go out. Kha'Zix just got caught by the stun. Ezreal does go down. Tarek is going down. Victor's trying to take them down. Skarner also died to misfortune. I didn't see him in there. So that ended up being a 3 for 0. It's terrible. Where did Skarner go? Okay, here's where they go in. Got her down pretty low. Skarner's now coming in. There's the stun on Misfortune, so she's getting hit a little bit. There's the speed up. Oh, there's the ulti from Sona. So they're going to have to turret dive. They do turret dive, as we saw. Sona's ultied. She does end up making it out. The Misfortune ulti did a lot of damage. Now here come those guys. I just want to see what Skarner did, because I did not actually see it. It looks like he goes back up. No, he decides to B. Now he's trying to run away, but Misfortune's able to take him out with no problem. Okay. So there we go. Now Victor says, oh crap, it's all of them versus me. Aurelia's going to go ahead and take that tower, or at least do a lot of damage to the tower. It'd be great if she could take it, but she's not really a big tower pusher. Because, in this case, they need something to offset the fact that they just lost 3 kills. They just lost 3 people to death, and they're probably going to lose this tower too. Jarvan's coming in for the gank on Victor, but Victor was smart and fell back. Looks like she is going to get it, so it is going to offset this tower, but there's not much that's going to offset the fact that they just lost 3 people, honestly. Victor's going in. He doesn't end up killing him. That Gragas run escaped it, but he did quite a bit of damage to him. Now Ezreal and Tarek say, fall back, we got this. Kha'Zix is back up top versus Aurelia. Probably slightly unhappy because he just lost his tower, but who cares? Just a sad miss by the Skarner. Misfortune's coming in as well for the gank. There's the trap. Skarner is stuck. Does he escape? He does not escape. That ulti is very nasty. If you don't have flash, you're going to die almost definitely. Now they're going to go ahead and take this tower. Victor's coming to try to defend it, but there's not really much he could do versus 3, and now 4. Now it goes down. Tarek came to help, but it was too late. So now the purple team says, hey, let's go do dragon. But it's not actually there, so no dragon for you guys, sorry. Actually, it might be the timer on dragon. I'm not altogether certain. Let's see, let's go back just a little. Was dragon there? No? No, I don't know. But we were right around 19. So I have a feeling the dragon's going to be respawning soon. I think that's why they pinged it, because I did not see blue team take dragon anywhere in there. So yeah, there's that ping. Let's go back up to where we were. Death of Skarner. There we go. Where's Skarner? Died a terrible death. There's that death of the tower. Let's go fast forward a little bit more again. Okay. Now we're back up to full. Yep, there's the ping on dragon that sent us on this quest for why did they ping dragon to begin with. And Sona does pink ward this, so they do take out that ward. Which is great for her. That thing was almost dead anyway, but she got the gold from it now. So 2 wards there, Tarek just warded. They're going in on the red buff, they're going to go ahead and give it to Misfortune. And Aurelia's thinking about going in. This is warded though, so they're going to know. Now they're going in on the dragon. Yes, there was the dragon respawn. They must have had the timer, and they were ready for this. I don't think there's much they could do. No. There goes the dragon, and now Aurelia just got caught. Sona ult missed everybody. And now Sona... Oh, Sona almost died. Skarner did end up taking out the Jarvan. Skarner now has Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix does go down. Ezreal also killed the Sona, so that was a 3 for 0. They did get dragon though to offset that. But now Misfortune and Gragas are on the run. They're probably going to go ahead and take this tower if they can. Ezreal wants to. Ezreal wants to kill them actually, because he's full life. There's the stun on Gragas. I'm not sure why. I guess just cause. So the blue team's actually falling back. Gragas and Misfortune is a pretty nasty couple to defend. So blue team says no, we're not going to be able to get this. Tarek's coming out. Ah! There's the stun on Gragas. Gragas is stuck. Oh, Ezreal's going in on Misfortune. Misfortune does go down to that. Now they're going after Gragas. Gragas says nope and runs away. Can't say I blame him. But that was a good move. Tarek actually kept Gragas occupied while Ezreal went off and killed Misfortune. Now in comes the Jarvan. Ezreal had to flash out. Ezreal is now stuck, and Tarek is now also in a very bad position, and he's probably going to die. But Skarner's coming in to help, but I don't think it's really going to matter. Skarner's going in on him, but there's the Jarvan as well. Now Skarner's stuck. Victor's coming in to help. Victor's going in after the Gragas. They do end up getting a flash out of it, and then a sprint. Gragas does successfully escape, and at least Skarner escaped as well for the blue team. At least for the blue team, you know. But they did lose Tarek and Ezreal to some somewhat risky plays there that did not end up giving them the benefit that they were hoping. Kha'Zix looks like he's going to go ahead and take this tower, so that's going to be all 3 of the outer turrets for the blue team gone, while they only have 1 of the towers for the purple team down. There goes. Boom! More gold for the purple team. Victor's thinking about harassing this Jarvan a little bit. There we go. Just doing a little bit of damage. Kha'Zix is going after the blue. Skarner is also coming for it though, so he's going to go in on him. Kha'Zix does end up getting stunned by Tarek, but he's too far away, so they just go ahead and say, let's take the blue, give it to Victor, and no problem. Looks like Misfortune also killed Mr. Ezreal in there. Let's see that. Alright, here we go. Ezreal ultis to get a little bit of CS. Now he's at his tower. Does see Misfortune. Ah, he got stuck by the Sona ult. And then the Misfortune ult. Good ulti there. A little bit farther he would have escaped. He tried to flash out, but didn't end up making it. That Sona ulti was just too powerful. Too powerful. So, he died, but it did end up wasting 2 ultis for 1 person. So, well, not really wasting so much, because they did get a kill. Now, had he escaped, that would have been a waste, and they would probably be very sad. But he didn't. But even still, especially with the Sona ulti, that thing's a pretty long cooldown. What is it? Almost 2-minute cooldown. So that's not going to be on cooldown, and it's really, really powerful in team fights, and they're not going to have that now. So now would be an excellent time for the blue team to push forward into a team fight, because they can't get Sona ult. And they're probably thinking about it. Gragas says nope. Alright, so Ezreal's back alive. He's going to go ahead and go farm down there. Looks like Aurelia's going to go ahead and farm up top. Sona, just warding around. Always good for support to do. Wonder. Yeah, she does have the Ruby Sightstone. But she also doesn't have other wards, so she only has the 3 wards in the map. That's all she can have. Off of that item. I mean, if she buys other wards, she can be fine otherwise, but that's why I don't really like it. I think it's good for the tank person who's not intentional, who's not trying to just keep the map warded. Let's go back and watch that. Skarner was there. I know I saw a Gragas ulti in there, and that's how they killed him, but I want to see exactly what happened. So there's the Skarner. Skarner says, hey, just keep him off this tower. Just getting some CS. Okay. So I think this is where it begins. Skarner went down a little bit there. Kha'Zix is coming in. There's the Gragas ulti. It punts him back. And yeah, he just melts. Pretty much instantaneously. There's a stun from Taric on Sona. A little bit sooner. Had to hit her a little bit sooner. She would have just been stuck under the tower. But didn't end up getting her. Now the purple team's pinging for Baron. They might actually end up going for it. I'm not sure. It is a 4 versus 5. It looks like they're going to go ahead and just tower dive instead. Try to take down Taric. Bye, Taric. So they just traded Jarvan for Taric and Kha'Zix. So Jarvan and Kha'Zix for Taric, but they did also get the Victor. So that was a 2 for 2. Not too bad. Not too bad. For either team, actually. Although Taric's death is somewhat less than Jarvan and Kha'Zix. He's just a support. And we supports aren't quite as important as the actual damage dealers. So Gragas is taking off, gonna go ahead and do a little harass while he's running away. Looks like Ezreal's gonna go ahead and get the red buff, but the purple team's actually coming for red buff as well. Gragas and Misfortune are coming down. Ezreal says, oh crap! Now Skarner's coming down to help. It's going in. Ah, did not even notice Aurelia. So Misfortune does go down to... Where was Aurelia? Ah. Okay. Let's see. There goes that. Now they're going for the red. This is what I wanted to see. Aurelia was mid. It's alright. They do get caught by this ward, and that's when Aurelia starts heading down here. Misfortune's trying to run away. There we go. And that's where she got caught by Aurelia. Aurelia actually just came in here, sat in that bush, and just waited for her. Well, not really waited, because she got there just as soon as she got there. But, yeah. So she got a kill out of that. Misfortune just died. Gragas escaped by jumping over the dragon wall. But now it's 4 versus 5 in the team, in blue team's favor. There's the ulti from Gragas. It does not end up doing overly much. It does punch her that way, but she flashes. Is what I mean by that. Sona does have her ulti again, but she just died, so there's going to be no Sona ulti for you. Alright, so the blue team says, alright, we're good. We're just going to sit there in mid. Ezreal's getting a little harassed in on Jarvan. He just took a lot of harass from Kha'Zix and Gragas, though. Now the purple team says, hey, let's go get Dragon. And they are. They're going to go get Dragon. Blue team, looks like Taric's coming up here to go ahead and ward Baron. Always a good move. Aurelia's farming the jungle. Purple team yet again pinged Dragon, or Baron. I'm not sure why. Oh, they don't have wards here. They don't know. For all they know, the blue team could be at Baron doing it. But now they know it's not the case because Skarner's there. Skarner just got hit by the W from Kha'Zix. He's now trying to escape. There's Taric. Taric does end up healing him up and then stunning the Kha'Zix so the Kha'Zix can get hit by the Victor. A little bit of damage on both teams there. Not too bad. Taric's going to go and fall back. Skarner's going to go ahead and fall back. Victor's going to just defend the mid. Looks like the purple team... Nope, they're just going through the jungle. For a second I thought they were cleared wards so they can go ahead and do Baron, but doesn't look like that. Does she have a pink ward? She does not. No. Yet again, she doesn't have any wards but the Ruby Sightstone. So she's going to be just warding with 3 wards. And I don't like that. I can't say I blame her if she's going to go the Ruby Sightstone route. It really hurts to have 2 slots dedicated to wards. It really does. And that is why I am not the biggest fan of the Ruby Sightstone. I know I say that a lot, but it kind of bothers me. I will be building it on a Mumbi, though, if I ever end up playing him again. So, it looks like middle. Blue team's kind of thinking about pushing middle. Jarvan's there as well. Now the entire purple team's coming in. Kha'Zix is getting ready to come in from behind. He gets seen by Ezreal and Taric, who does end up stunning him. There's the... Let's go watch that. No. Yet again, I went too far back. Alright, so let's see. Apparently, this one's a whole lot more sensitive at the moment. Alright, come on. Ah, blue team thought about going to dragon. Alright, here we go. So there's that. Jarvan is here. There's the stun from the Victor. Aurelia goes in, doing a little bit of damage. Jarvan says, no, we're going after Victor. Goes in, ulties the Victor, but now he's alone with Victor inside of his little box. Victor ulties. Jarvan starts melting, but he is ignited, so he's probably going to go down. The Victor does die to Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix then uses his ability to jump out. Jarvan actually does not go down, but now Sona's really low. So Sona's... Ah, there's the stun on the Misfortune. Ezreal also got Kha'Zix, so we'll look at that in a moment. There's Misfortune. She's trying to escape. Nope. And now Jarvan's actually going to die too because he's stuck around. Aurelia says, yeah, you're dead. Does she end up getting him though? I don't know. Let's see. Yes, she does get him. Ezreal also got Sona in that. So let's go take a look at that. There we go. Yes, right back to the same spot. Alright, so here comes the Kha'Zix. There's the Taric stun on the Kha'Zix. Ezreal, there's all that action up there. Ezreal says, alright, we'll do this. Kha'Zix is just running around trying to get into that battle, but he decided it's not going to work. He tried to kill the Ezreal, but the Ezreal just said, no, it's not going to happen. He just took him out fast. So there's the death of Misfortune. There's him running. Ah, Skarner ultied the Sona, and they got a kill on her. Kha'Zix says, holy crap, I'm going back. And I think he is going to successfully go back. They do it. They're going to get this tower, though. Blue team is. And looks like they're probably going to push down and get this tower as well. Yes, here we go. So this is going to be the first inner tower. Boom! First inner tower goes to the blue team. But they still haven't got this tower, so they're still really tight on turrets. Now, Skarner and Taric are going back. Aurelia's falling back. Ezreal's going to go ahead and farm the enemy jungle. Got it. What does he build now? This is an interesting build on Ezreal. Amplifying Tome, Longsword, Doran's Blade, Bloodthirster, Glacial Shroud, and Berserker's Greaves. I have no idea where that's leading. It's an Ezreal ulti for the CS there. Got a couple CS out of it. Now he's going to go ahead and fall back. There's the ping on Baron for the blue team saying, hey, we probably need to think about defending that. Purple team says, whatever. We'll be fine. Alright, so yet again, there's another ping on the Baron. We've got blue going to Kha'Zix again. Blue team converging on Baron. Checking out the bushes to make sure there's nothing there. There's the ward for Baron, so they know that purple team's not doing it, and they will know when or if they end up doing it. Taric's spreading around his wards. He also is going just off of the Ruby Sightstone. So you can see there the 3 wards. Now the blue team is pushing mid. There's a little harass going in there. I think I saw a Kha'Zix ulti. I did see a Kha'Zix ulti, yes. So, let's see why that is. Whatever. Alright. Let's see. Purple team just pushing up mid again. Blue team farming while they can. That is an awesome ability. I like how he upgrades too. That's really cool. Kha'Zix is actually a pretty cool champion. I've not played him myself, but I like this skin too. It's kind of pretty. I wish you could see what skin they had on in-game. Saw it at the very beginning, but I'm not sure what it is. When I review the video, I'll be able to see. Boom. So there is a ward here, so the purple team knows the blue team is here. Blue team's going top. They're going to probably go ahead and try to take that inner tower as well. They did get caught by the wards. Now it looks like they're thinking about going in. Ezreal ult just caught everybody. Skarner's going in. Skarner goes ahead and ults the Gragas, pulls him back in. Skarner's trying to escape. I mean, not Skarner. Kha'Zix. They're both bug guys. Jarvan goes down. Gragas is going down. Misfortune just got stunned. She's going to go down. There's not really much she could do about it, honestly, because, yeah. Guardian Angel. Bam. That was an ace. Now the blue team says, hey, let's get that tower and push it all the way in. Not bad for the blue team. They are, as you can see, they have turned this around. So yet again, I get to do another coming around from behind games, which are always very interesting. Just to see. Yes, it still buffs attack speed, it just doesn't nerf it anymore. Oh, it doesn't, yeah, nerf the enemy attack speed. Alright, Ezreal got changed a while back, and I haven't played him since, so I didn't remember exactly what that did. It's now just an attack speed buff for your team, and for Ezreal, of course, just if you hit the allies. It's alright, looks like Jarvan's coming back out. They actually went in on him, they ignited him, he's going to go ahead and fall. Yeah, he does go down. Aurelia's now trying to run away, the entire blue team is up. She stuns Sona. Taric just got hit by the Gragas ulti, he's probably going to die. But honestly, that's a pretty good trade, because taking down Taric so that your other people can escape is really nice. Yes, he died, but he prevented his team from dying. Yeah. Also, Victor's down bot, gonna go ahead and take this tower down. Book. There we go. Purple team's pushing mid. Gonna try to take this tower. They're probably gonna get this tower, as it is currently 5 versus 2. 4 versus 2, because Jarvan's dead. But on the other hand, there was an Ezreal ulti there that just cleared out some of those minions. Didn't get any of those, but it did get all of these, so they did not end up being able to do it. Had he not done that, they probably would have. Again, there's no wards for Baron for either team, so it looks like Sona's going to go ahead and ward it. Neither team's thinking about actually doing Baron at the moment. Ah, nice ward. Hidden behind that little rock there. Alright, so there's Sona's 3 wards. Blue team apparently giving red to Aurelia. Aurelia has double buff. Interesting. I guess that's really good on her too, because she's got the, you know, the CDR is kind of nice. I would think blue buff would be better on Victor, but whatever. First dragon that hasn't immediately gone down to purple team. Blue team pings it. I wonder if they're actually going to go for it, or if they're just going to let it be. Looks like Skarner's going for it. The purple team's spread out enough that they're not going to be able to, say, get Baron, while the blue team's getting Dragon. And honestly, because of no wards, the purple team doesn't even know that the blue team is here. So they have no idea that the blue team just got Dragon. I don't think they really care overly much by this point in the game. But that is a Dragon to the blue team. I think that's the first one this game. So they're going to go ahead and push down this tower as well. There's a Misfortune ulti. I don't know if they're going to get this tower now because of that ulti. It did end up clearing out all the minions. They're now going in on Taric, doing a little bit of damage to him. But again, it's Taric, so he's probably okay with that. I play Taric all the time. I am okay with it when I take damage and my teammates don't. I always laugh at people because that kind of makes me the tank. And I'm okay with being the tank. So it looks like Victor's going to go ahead and nab the enemy blue team, blue buff, while his team's just pressuring them at the tower. There we go. Blue buff to him. Sona wards it. Little too late for that, Sona. But there really wasn't much she could do before then either, because they were pushed back to the tower. Looks like, oh, very nice ulti from Skarner. Grabbed the Misfortune. Now that both teams are going in for the team fights. Let's watch down here this time. Kha'Zix is actually taking a lot of damage from Ezreal. He does go down. Let's go back just a tad. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking back a little bit more than that. Okay, there's her death. Looks like Aurelia's going in on the Sona. Yep, she does end up getting her. I'm going to slow this down. She stuns the Jarvan so she can escape. Skarner's actually really low. Skarner probably needs to run away. Aurelia's still going in on Jarvan. But there we go. Now all the teams are going. All of blue teams going in on Jarvan. Jarvan does end up melting. Now Gragas says, "I'm gonna kill you." He actually almost gets Skarner. Skarner got down to 50 health there. So good attempt by him. But now the blue team says, "Fine, we'll just take your tower and we'll leave you alone." So there we go. Good fight. Good fight. Boom. Yet another tower death. Looks like this inhib is actually respawning soon. I didn't actually realize that they got the inhib. Oh, Gragas just came way out. And there's the surrender by the purple team. So there we go. Now we can go ahead and take a look at the items. Again, this was kind of a surprise ending. I thought that the blue team was not going to pull it out, but they ended up being able to do it. So good job to the blue team. Let's take a look at the items here. We have Miss Fortune, who has her Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Quicksilver Sash, Berserker's Greaves, Vampiric Scepter, and Doran's Blade. Gragas has his Crystalline Flask, Chalice of Harmony, Sorcerer's Shoes, Needlessly Large Rod, Void Staff, and Rabadons. It's a very nice item. Kha'Zix has the Black Cleaver. Can't stack those anymore. They nerfed that. Warmog's Armor, Mura Mana, upgraded from the Mana Immune. That one's a pretty interesting one. Ninja Tabby, Doran's Blade, and his Crystalline Flask. Sona's got Total Biscuit, so she had that the entire game and never once used it. Oracle's Elixir, Sorcerer's Shoes, Ruby Sightstone, Shard of True Ice, and Mikhail's Crucible. Jarvan has the Runic Bulwark, Wriggle's Lantern, Mercury's Treads, Giant's Belt, Ruby Crystal, and Rejuvenation Bead. I have a feeling he was probably going for Warmog's himself. Didn't quite end up getting it. Skarner's got the Aegis of the Legion, Shirelia's, Glacial Shroud, Sheen, Boots and Mobility, make him super fast, Hunter's Machete. Victor has his Augment, Death. That one, 3 ability power per level and 45 ability power flat. And the Death Ray sets fire to the enemies, dealing 30% additional magic damage over 4 seconds. This is a specific item for Victor only. Only he can get it. Sorcerer's Shoes, Void Staff, Leandry's Torment, and Rabadons. The Ezreal has the Iceborne Gauntlet. I see pretty much every Ezreal build this now, which is actually, I think that's a pretty good idea. I like it. And it's pretty awesome. Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Zeal, Berserkers, and his Dorans. The Irelia has her Crystalline Flask, Ninja Tabby, Guardian Angel, which we saw pop a few times, Randuin's Omen, and Trinity Force. Always a good item on her. Then Taric has the Runic Bulwark, the Shirelia's Reverie, Ruby Sightstone, and Null Magic Mantle and Boots of Speed. Looks like he was going for the boots, those ones, Mercury's Treads, but he didn't end up getting it, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and the, yet again, surprise ending. Keep in mind that I don't actually watch these games beforehand, so I don't specifically choose this type of game. Not that this type of game is a bad thing, but anyway, yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.